Blessings and welcome to Sunday service, short message from the heart of mighty I Am Presence. Today's topic is on purpose. Let's talk about knowing that your life is on purpose and how important that purpose is. The purpose that has been bestowed upon you is from God Almighty. And most of you that are watching my channel already notice. From very early on, you've always known you have a great purpose on this life. You may not know the full picture of it, or you may not have seen the exact roadmap to it. Yet inside of you is this amazing, deep, truthful knowing that you are here to do something amazing on earth for a solution part of humanity. This is why you're on my channel. And I want to share this with you. When you're on purpose, what you got to be really, really careful with is the distraction. Because you may not know the exact nature of your path. However, the path is always very clear. And to get to it, you have to take charge of the distraction. So what are the steps? Step number 1 is your awareness. You must be aware that there is distraction set forth, many different distractions, so that you don't totally discover that purpose. Why? You might wonder, well, why? I came to earth, I want to serve my purpose, I want to serve God Almighty. Why? Distractions should stop me. They're there for a purpose. That is also part of the purpose. So let me just break this down. One is these distractions are there to test you, to see, do you have the capability to stay focused? Do you fully give your attention elsewhere? Are you able to go through certain steps and to develop the muscles of trust and faith along the way? Because it does require faith and trust. And those are the things that I talk about in my other videos. Now, these distractions are there to tempt you to pull you away. And this temptation is also part of it. Why? Because when you are pulled away from your purpose, you are leaking your energy. As you're leaking your energy, you can't fully fulfill it. You can't bring the solutions into pass. So what happens? Your sacred energy is then fed to other things. For example, when you're in fear and worry, you are fulfilling faith for negativity. However, when you are in trust and faith, you are remaining in faith for the love of Almighty. Two different energies. Now, let's talk about this awareness. Once you're aware that you're on purpose and you know there's distraction, then it becomes a choice. If you're not aware of it, you're going to keep going. However, when you become aware, then it becomes a choice whether you're going to give to the distractions or not. Distractions are many: social media, gambling, porn, addiction, foods, shopping sprees, and what have you. These are all ways of distraction. They're there. By themselves, it's okay. But when you engage in it and you give all your power to it, that's when they cannot allow you to fulfill your purpose. Now let's get back to purpose. When you're on purpose, the roadmap is very clear. Everything is laid out. There is a fulfillment of that promise. It is golden. Everything has already been given unto you, and you can't receive what has been given unto you until you are able to focus. And what do I mean by focus? Focus from this awareness. When you're aware you're on purpose, you're aware there's distraction, then you become aware that you need to bring your attention to your purpose. So you begin taking those steps, getting quiet, praying, sitting in meditation, being in nature, quieting enough, journaling. So you begin to communicate, be in communion with that greater part of you. That mighty God presence that created you, gave birth to you, brought you into form. You begin to get the energy connected there, put attention there. When you're putting your attention, you are now beginning to experience that subtle communication. That voice begins to get louder, and it begins to show you from within the inner revelation. And through that inner revelation, you get to witness and see what is laid before you on this purpose. On this purpose, you're here to deliver not just what is for you, what is for God Almighty presence, and it's here to serve everything and everyone. And it is the greatest fulfillment in you. The distraction will have you never be fulfilled, continuously running around and feeling empty inside. So therefore you got to fulfill it in this other way. However, when you're on purpose, you feel so filled within and joyous, and you're able to stand tall in the presence of distractions. So your purpose really requires awareness. And if you want to learn more, you want to dive into these areas, please go ahead and join my private member association. In my private ministry, I share so much more in this area, and I also help you to navigate this by being on this purpose through your power, through your meditation, through that daily, definitely discipline and commitment. I trust you enjoy this message and you will share it generously so others can also benefit. Thank you so much. I'm Reverend Honi B, and I welcome you once again to my channel. Have a beautiful, blessed day.